Hello, how are y'all? Welcome to my little channel here on YouTube, and I'm also going to put some of these videos on TikTok as well, trying to get out there, I guess, and show these places that I go walking at. Plus, it helps with fitness and losing weight and stuff like that. So a little bit about me. I started a channel back in 2014 of, yes, you're going to see me smoking on here. So that's one thing I do know I need to quit. But, you know, this time, maybe the more I walk, you know, it'll give me something to do. So I'll quit. Anyways, and I'm probably going to get a bunch of lectures. I'm going to get a bunch of haters anyways, because I'm already big. But anyways, so... And I'm probably not the cutest thing in the world. Of course not. But anyway, so... And I'm older. So, oh well. I just hit ahead with haters. But, you know, without them, I guess you couldn't really be more motivated. But, so... A little bit about me. Yeah, I smoke. It's unfortunate, but I do. I started a channel back in 2014 with a friend of mine, Jason. Actually, he's my best friend. I call him my gay bae because, you know, he's gay and that's okay. And, you know, but we connect so great. We started it and we had some friends come on. If you go on YouTube, you can look up, it's going to be on the same channel that this one's going to be in. I just changed the name. But the name of the videos was Wells versus Scales, and then I had some that was called Yay Me, with the 3 A's, and I changed the name, but I had to try to find a different name. I don't know, I guess I just wasn't comfortable with neither one of them. So since I'm kind of solo right now, I changed it to Traveling Cloud 80. Of course, 80 was the year I was born. Traveling Cloud, I got it from a Spanish song by Alejandro Fernandez, Nube Viajera. And I was like, I like that. So the point of the videos is to show these places around and explore a little bit, but also getting some steps in, exercising, because I think that, yeah, I can hit the gym, which I'd like to for weights, but right now finances just don't allow that. But I would like to... So we'll just do like some walking, some cardio, I guess. And if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see where I've explored Dalton a couple of times, Ringo, Georgia, because that's where I'm from. But I'm currently residing in Camp Verde, Arizona. This was my first time ever in Arizona, period. And I can't take away from the beauty of it. But around here, it's a little... In Camp Verde, though, jobs are kind of... It's mostly retail and fast food, which that's okay, because I prefer... For some reason, I love to work in restaurants. I do. Or stores where I'm moving around. I've had a desk job, which I liked it too. It was easy, yada, yada, yada. I can type, you know, I can do some data entry, but I don't want to sit there 8 hours a day and just get bigger and bigger, because I remember that's what happened before. I mean, because all you do is you just sit there and you're keying in whatever you need to key in, but all you want to do is eat when you're just sitting there. But when you're walking around, you don't even think about it, unless, you know, you're taking a gummy or something. But so I started the channel back in 2014. Walking here and there. I had a few people that helped me out, cameraman, whatever, but, you know, he ended up going to prison, which was my cousin. And so Jason and I was walking, and then I had some friends come walking with me and some other videos. Okay, hold on one moment. Okay, back from where I left off. So, sorry about that. I'm door dashing here until I can find a job. So, and then, you know, I'll do the job and DoorDash. You know, I like to work. I like money. But I like to earn it, though. Anyways, so, picking up where I left off, Jason and I were walking, and we had some friends that came and walking with us. You can see it on some of the videos. And, you know, people dropped weight. They were losing weight, and Jason's lost weight. And I lost a lot of weight too. You can go on the Yay Me videos, and it'll show when I weighed back in 2019, I believe. And I even have pictures. But I weighed 360, I believe, something like that. I weigh 244 now. I got down to 320, 244 now. And I did get down to 228, but or 230, but 243, something like that. Anyway, so we're trying to get, but at least I'm not up to 360 anymore. I don't want to slowly get there, so we're going to start walking more. And, you know, and I like to take people on my journey, I guess. Okay, so how I ended up in Arizona was, my mother, back in 2023, I lost my daddy. And, about 2 weeks before that, my aunt, my mama's youngest sister, lost her husband. And, then she ended up meeting someone else later, like about a year later, I guess. And, or a couple of years later. Anyways, and, they were dating for a while. And then not too long ago after that, he ended up passing away. So my mom and family felt that, you know, maybe she should get out. You know, she was with her husband for 30 years. So, and she hardly ever got out, so they thought they'd get her out of the house for a little bit. So my cousin here in Arizona, she moved here back in 2015. You know, we all came together and got my aunt a plane ticket, and my mom came with her because my aunt she didn't know the airport well, so to get her out here. So my mom got out here. She loved it, and so my cousin's letting her stay there. And I ended up getting in a financial bind back home. Work got slow and all that stuff. So I couldn't keep up with my bills. And my mom said, well, why don't you come out here and, you know, and pay, you know, my cousin, you know, stay with my cousin. And I can get, you know, pay her some rent. And I sure will, you know, because I don't like to live anywhere for free like that. So, but it'd be less rent though, right? And so that way while I'm working, I can, you know, get caught up on everything. And maybe the plan is to get at least, after I get caught up, get about at least 2 or 3 months worth of rent ahead of time. Because I like to pay things ahead, so that way I don't worry. And so that's how I ended up out here. It's beautiful out here. I cannot deny the beauty that Arizona holds. There is, I mean, it's breathtaking, actually. Especially when you take... Now, I did just kind of explore a little bit. I'm getting discouraged because I can't find a job here. And it's crazy because it's mostly restaurants and convenience stores and motels. And I've done all of that. And, you know, I remember back in the day when you can go from one restaurant to another and bam, you got you a job, you know, or one job. And I like restaurant work. I do, even though it's not the best pay. I like waitressing a lot. Especially at the Waffle House, because that's where I came from. I worked there my first time in 2000. And then I was young and dumb, silly back then, didn't want to work. So in 2003, I went back, worked there 5 years. And then ended up going back 10 years later and working there another 4 years. And I worked at Circle K for a while. Worked at convenience stores. But I like the waitress and stuff, especially at the Waffle House, because you're right there in front of your customers. And, you know, you could interact with them. And I like doing that. And, so, you know, I've been trying to find stuff here. But I love restaurant work because I like to move around. I do. I really do. I like, or I like merchandising because I get to go from store to store and do resets and things like that. I love doing those because you talk about a workout. That is a workout, especially doing them for Lowe's and the ones I used to do for Family Dollar. Oh, those were some resets, honey. But I liked it because you get a free workout And you don't have to pay the gym memberships or nothing, which I would for the weight stuff, but you don't really have to because you're lifting constantly, working every little part of your body, walking and all that. I love doing that. So while I'm here, I've been doing some shift smarts, you know, going into some of the Circle K's and doing their, you know, they got all kinds of little assignments, pretty much their side work. And I remember a lot of it from back when I used to work at Circle K too. So I enjoy doing those. I wish, they had them like back to back in one day. Cause I mean, I would do them. I mean, I would do 8 hours worth of the shift smarts if I could, if they had them like that. And I just like doing things where I'm moving. I can sit for a little bit for a while, no problem, but I don't want to sit 8 hours. And I can, but I can't standing in one spot for 12 hours or 8 hours or something like that. Sometimes that's worse than sitting, but you just don't gain a bunch of weight. It's just, or you can actually, because you're not moving really, you're just standing there. But that's worse on your back than just sitting all day. But I like to walk. I like to move around when I'm working, big time. And so, because like I said, I feel like you get a free workout for nothing, free cardio. And you know, for me, when I'm working, the stress level is low because I'm not worried about getting paid and things like that. So until then, I'm just dashing for a little while. And I did sign up for Lyft. I got to get my car good and cleaned out and try to get some seat covers on there and try to do Lyft. And but you know, I'm sitting in the car driving from restaurant to restaurant, but you know, when you get out and you get to walk towards the doors and things like that, sometimes you go up flights of steps too, so that's good. And but I like to but I do like to move around though a lot. So for right now, we'll just DoorDash. And so while I'm DoorDashing though, I am gonna start walking these little towns. Right now I'm in Camp Verde, but yesterday I went to Carefree, Arizona, and I'm gonna get a dash cam or whatever camera I need to when I'm driving, y'all could see the scenery. Oh my God, just the drive from here down to going towards Phoenix. I mean, it is breathtaking. And I finally saw Texas, you know, the panhandle of Texas, and that was beautiful. New Mexico was breathtaking, but once you get into Arizona, it's like, wow, you know, every state has its beauty, and I cannot deny that at all. So what I want to do is I want to explore Arizona, period. So, like, if I do get a job on my days off, we could go a little bit further down south, you know, and then go up. Of course, we'll have to hit the Grand Canyon for real, but I can go further down or go up towards the Grand Canyon and all that. And now, I'm getting a little discouraged, but, and parts of me wants to go back home. I do, but a part of me wants to stay here too. Actually, a good bit of me does, because a lot of the great landmarks and cities and stuff are like 4 to 6 hours away. You know, you have Utah. I've never been there. And you have Vegas is only 4 hours away, and all these other little places. LA's only, I think, 5 hours away, 6 hours away, or something like that. San Diego, I believe, is about 6 hours away. And it would just, and then the border is only 4 hours away, right? I would love to go do that too. Another thing, I gotta get a passport to be able to even walk over to Mexico now. But I mean, it's weird though that you have to do this since you're coming back, because when you go on a cruise, you know, you don't have to have a passport as long as you're coming back to the same port. So that's be nice to be able to just get a permit to walk across, or just an Arizona license or something. But I think now though you gotta have a passport. But I mean, oh God, I'm about to suffocate. I'm rolling my window up so that way I wouldn't look weird. I'm talking to myself. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is when I leave here in just a moment, I'm going to go to this downtown Camp Verde. And I'm going to park at this little plaza there is and just walk and just see how long that walk takes. You know, I'm going to map it on one of my apps. I'm supposed to dash at 2 o'clock. What I might do is either put it off till 3 and go walking, or wait till I'm done. But thing is I want to stay pumped until it's time to go home and go to bed. But anyway, so I hope that you join me on that walk. And it's a pleasure to meet everybody. And I hope that you follow me. And, you know, we'll see what this channel holds. All right, I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day. Hello, welcome back. So, I am here in downtown Camp Verde, I believe. It's on Main Street, Arizona. And I'm going to walk around, and I'm going to have to stop this video and then restart another one. So that way I can turn on the map my walk to see just how long we walked, how far, yada, yada, yada. And, but right here, I want to show you this little plaza that I'm parked at. I'm hoping that they don't mind. But there's some restaurants right there. Astoria, International Bistro. And I don't know what that is over there. The laundromat, some burger place. It looks like they close at 3 o'clock. Wednesday through Sunday. And I've not tried none of these places yet, so I can't tell you what they are. Some churches, a church, a smoke shop, real estate place, and, you know, pretty much anything I guess you need in this one little plaza. Anyways, but I did deliver from that Astoria, and it did have a good smell to it, so it may be something that if you're in town around here, or and just to let you know, Camp Verde, just in case you don't know, is in between Flagstaff. It's south of Flagstaff, and then it's north of Phoenix, so it's right in the middle. It's like an hour or two from each one, I believe. So there's a lot of tourism here. So like if you're ever in town, you're at that Cliff Casino, Cliff Castle, which we'll explore that side possibly tomorrow or another time. Maybe sometime later on this week or next week, we'll explore that area because they got a sidewalk there you can walk if they let us, and if it's okay with them. I'm not going to go in the casino, but we will walk around it and see if, you know, if they're okay with us going up there and filming the lodge or whatever. But then again, I don't want to do that either because I don't, you know, get everybody caught up just in case. But, you know, at least see the lodge from, you know, from where we'll be walking. So right now, let's just do this one. I'm going to do downtown Camp Verde. So like I said, if you're ever in town, if you're at the casino, or if you're just touring somewhere, you've got your motel or some places, that Astoria does do DoorDash, because I did deliver from there yesterday. So there's just something to eat there. There's a few Mexican places. Well, not as many as I would think. Not as many as where I came from anyways, which is Dalton, Georgia. I'm surprised about that too, since, you know, this is Arizona. But that Hispanic population is actually larger in Dalton than it is here. And I'm surprised about that. So, which is fine. I mean, doesn't bother me. I'm just telling you, you know, you would think it would be more one here, but, so what we're going to do, what I'm saying, so they got Burger King here and McDonald's, of course. It's just one little loop. There's about to be a Conoco or a gas station that's opening up, and they're putting a Sbarro over there and a Charlie cheesesteak. So, and I looked at the menu. I remember Sbarro when I worked there back 20 years ago, when they opened up in our mall. And then, you know, they used to have the one in Hamilton Place up there in Chattanooga. So, you know, Sbarro was probably the same as it was back then. But the Charlie cheesesteaks, that's the one I'd be looking forward to if I was, you know, since I don't know what it is. I've never had it before. It looks like there's several down in Phoenix. So I'm sure these Arizonans have had it before. All right, so I'm going to stop this video, and I am going to go walk over here. and downtown and film that, and let's see how it goes.